I'm Eva. For my master's, I looked at local food culture in the Cederberg with a focus on local bread making culture, but also documenting local plant knowledge among the elders in the community. Just also really enjoyed working with the communities there. So I'm now starting my PhD, which will look closer into local food sovereignty and a decolonized food system framework in the context of the Cederberg communities. I did my honors, my bachelor's in Germany in tourism management, which is quite an economic course of study. I didn't enjoy it that much, and towards the end I wanted to look for something that I'm more passionate about. So I did research with communities in Uganda about community-based tourism as a means of poverty alleviation. And it was the first time when I was working in the field and really getting engaged on the ground, working with communities and just seeing different struggles around the world. I ended up at UCT and I took Rachel's course and I really liked it, and another food security course, and I just became really passionate and interested about food and food security, food sovereignty. In terms of my research approach, during interviews or workshops, I often try to take a step back also, and to really, I see myself more as an intermediary of like opening people up to these discussions, but then trying to let them have the discussion. So I hope that my impact is also to just raise certain topics so people ideally gather by themselves and discuss these topics and become more aware of them. And also creating a knowledge exchange, that it's not just me taking knowledge from people, but also providing them with information they might want to have. I try to find out what people like to see from my research, and obviously then people sometimes come up with really big aspirations and you need to be transparent and realistic. But one thing that came up was that people would like to have a little booklet about their culture and their knowledge, so I did create a little booklet for them, a bread making booklet as an outcome of my research, and that was a beautiful part of my project because people were really passionate about it. People really appreciate having something tangible after the research. I just really hope to illuminate some challenges that the communities are facing in the Cederberg, and through that collectively finding pathways and also solutions. At the moment we're talking about getting training for agroecological farming because people want to farm again. So I really try to, when I have a finding and I can do something about it, to bring in that component of finding practical solutions with the community. A lot about history, because obviously it is a big part of the challenges that people are facing is grounded in colonialism. So I think the history about land dispossession is a really big part of it. Obviously social science. But then also I am trying to step away from that science paradigm sometimes and just making bread with people or going on walks as an important part of my research, to look at different ways of knowing. So I think practical ways of knowing have been a big part of my research. And now for my PhD, I'm also talking to the participants in which way they would like to share their stories, something like sovereign storytelling, so they can decide if they want to talk about it or show it, or to give people more power to bring in their ways of knowing. I think I became most aware of my positionality when I entered the community. You know, that first awkward moment you have and you just see, okay, I'm the white outsider coming in here wanting to research you, and I don't even know how you feel about it. And I don't even know, I think a big part of my research that I reflect about a lot is also, even if I ask people, or if, you know, like, do they really speak their voice and their truth, or are they afraid to voice their concerns? So definitely something that's been with me every minute I'm in the field. For me, it's been beautiful to see how time and engagement with the community has definitely, at least, decreased the power dynamic and that barrier between us. For me, a big part has also been engaging with the community outside of the research. So I went there a lot of times when they were hosting their bread making workshops. I helped them set up a bread making business, did some design work, just some little things on the side that were not directly part of the study, not just the interviews. And I think that really helped, but it takes time, and now I've been working with the community for almost 2 years, I think, and only now I feel like, yeah, it's improving. Dealing with that will always be part of the journey, obviously.